Hello everyone, this is an update after owning a gaming PC for 6 months. I came from console originally. I own pretty much every console you can think of. Maybe not the Nintendo Wii U, but everything else. PS3, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS4, Switch, both new gen consoles, sold all of them. I have dabbled in PC gaming before. I had a gaming laptop and a Steam Deck for a while. Then I got a Lenovo Legion Go. This is my first full 6 months with a full-fledged gaming PC. I didn't build it myself. I bought it from a company in Britain called CCL Computers. They were brilliant, fast, smooth, had the boxes for the original parts, excellent, would recommend them. I paid about £1,100 for it during Black Friday. The specs of it are 4070 Super, a Ryzen 5 7600 with 32 gigs of RAM. For the games I play, it has been more than enough. I've been maxing out Cyberpunk 4K, all ray tracing turned to the max, getting well above 60 FPS. Been loving that. And the jump in quality from console to PC, I think a lot of people underestimate, especially when they watch YouTube videos, when it gets compressed down. I think when you see it with your own eyes, with everything cranked, it's just like playing a different game. Especially some games are optimized for it. Like I use an example in the short I made yesterday, Arkham Knight. It's almost like I'm in a free remaster because I can set the resolution to 4K on my gaming TV there, set the frames to wherever I want it to. If I want to crank everything to max and get lower frames, I can. Obviously, it's more powerful than I need it to be for Arkham Knight. But a good example as well is Red Dead Redemption 2. While everyone on console is waiting for a next-gen upgrade, I can just load the game up, crank everything, 60 FPS plus. I don't have to pay for that upgrade. It's just the price I pay for the game is there. Prices of games in general are a lot cheaper on PC. You're not locked to one storefront, so I don't have to just shop on PlayStation Store, Xbox Store, especially Nintendo. I find it hard to justify Nintendo prices. I debated getting a Switch 2 just to see what it's like, and review it, because I'm a dad as well, so gaming at my desk isn't always possible. That's why I like having the handheld at all times. But I do find it hard to justify those prices. Like I own Cyberpunk now. I think I paid £10 for it in a sale when it was at its worst. I waited for it, updates, love it now. Got the DLC for about £18 the other day, so £28 in total. Switch 2 took in 60 quid I think at the moment. So it's hard double dip, but they do have some great exclusives. Even the freedom, not only the settings. I know a lot of console gamers are wary of having to fix your games, tweak your games, everything. I personally haven't found that a problem. I wouldn't say I'm a particularly tech savvy person. Most modern games now auto detect your hardware anyway. I must set it for like a sensible middle ground, and you can tweak it where you think then. So if you are a graphics snob, you can lower the frames, up the graphics. If you're a frames per second snob, you can lower the graphics, up the frames. Obviously multiplayer games then more reliant on frames, story games more reliant on graphics for immersion. I mainly play story games. I don't play anything online these days. I'm just too tired from the baby to be stomped on by some kids on COD. But even like my peripherals there, these controllers are brilliant. The 8-bit Duo Ultimate controllers. I think I paid £25-30. They connect instantly. There's a little dongle in the bottom of the dock that's then plugged into the PC. As soon as I unplug it from the dock, it connects straight away. As soon as I plug it back in the dock, charges. Great battery life. I've got 2 of them. Whereas it would be limited to the console only controllers, which again, £70. I find that hard to justify, especially when you get things like slick drift, even just wear and tear. The only real negative I would say with the PC is last week in Britain it was boiling, and that thing does make your room hot. it ups the temperature quite a bit. And just the sheer size of it, so I'll show you now. It is a chunky boy. It is a lot bigger than a Series X or a PS5. Also, if you have the desk space for it, it's a no-brainer. I think, would I recommend making the switch? I think if you can justify the initial cost, so to buy a PC that is comparable to one of the new consoles, more powerful, you're looking at probably £800. But once you're in the ecosystem, I think the value is there. Not paying for online games, not paying for full price for games. I think that you just save money over time. My Game Pass subscription is cheaper because I don't pay for gold included in that, so I save some money on there. Say I'm not just paying for PS Plus and Nintendo Switch Online and Xbox anymore, so I can use that money, put it all into one, buy myself a few games a year. And the exclusives, they're just not a big deal anymore. I think the only game I can think of is Death Stranding 2 is on PlayStation only, but I assume that will come to Steam at some point. Like number one, as you come to Xbox. I get all the Xbox games on Game Pass. I get all the PlayStation games on Steam. Like Alan Wake 2 is on Epic, which is again the free games you get. I know you do technically get free games in your subscriptions on console, but you get them free on PC. And if you're a Prime member as well, well, it isn't free, but the majority of people have it, they give away free games. So like I've got the full Mafia trilogy, I haven't paid a penny. I've got Dead Island 2, got Death Stranding, I got plenty of games, more games than I would ever play. And I've got the legendary Steam sales then, which I challenged myself this month to not buy a game, and I held firm. But I have gone all in on the past, spent a good few quid. But with the value for money, like the price of just Cyberpunk on the Switch, I can come away with 5 or 6 great games on Steam. So yes, if you can afford that initial outlay, I would recommend it. I think it's a different level. I think the freedom, the extra detail you get in games, once you max those settings out, some games just look so good. And like I'm very fortunate to have the PC I've got. The TV I've got is a 4K OLED. Just really good. Any other questions about how I found it or any follow-up videos you want, just let me know. I usually do a lot of videos on my Legion Go as well because I like the handheld gaming. Any tips for it as well, because obviously I'm still quite new. My desktop is an absolute mess. I need to tidy that up. But because my Windows is linked and my Steam is linked between my two devices, it does make a bit of a mess. Also, I still use controller. I want to learn keyboard and mouse. My keyboard is a bit big, I think. I didn't do enough research. I didn't buy the best gaming mouse. So if someone can recommend me a reasonable gaming mouse and keyboard, that'd be great. Maybe some good games to play or some apps to use to train with it, because I don't want to go online and get stopped. I just want to enjoy it. But that's all from me. Leave any feedbacks to make the videos better in the comments. I can maybe jazz up the background within reason. But other than that, hope you have a good evening, and I'll catch you soon.